afternoon. I'm calling to order the October 1st Trade Licensing Board meeting. Everyone signed in. You were notified electronically of the previous month's meeting minutes. If there's no objection, I'll take a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Mr. Armstrong. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mr. Bretz. Any question on the motion? Any question on the motion? Being that there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. We're now at the public comment section of the meeting. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Being that there's none, we'll move on from the public comment section. There's no secretary report this month. Under correspondence, a letter was submitted by Mr. Tom Musgrove with his intent to ask the board to get a city license. He had a license in 2004 and upgraded to journeyman in 2008. Mr. Musgrove is requesting the board allow him to attain a master license due to him now holding one in Colorado. Is there comment on this correspondence? My comment is, Christy, if you can provide the board by next month's meeting to see how long this journeyman worked under a city master, if you can provide that to the board.
He did not.
He did not.
He didn't work in the city, so he never hired a master. He owns Tom Musgrove Electric. He never hired a master because, so he didn't work in the city, so he has not had, he doesn't have work under a master. He has worked with masters, but he has never worked before or worked under.
Okay, well, I guess that clears that up.
Christie, is it the means of blowing that up?
Yes.
This is the same thing as before. He owns a master license, but we don't
We don't reciprocate.
That's
reciprocate
correct.
unless we do it beforehand before the request. He has to provide the information of what tests and everything he took that coincide with the city of Erie's, you know, so.
Well, there's an issue I have with, his letter, and it's the third sentence from the bottom. He's not always in Erie. Well, if he's working somewhere else, how is he gonna supervise the work that's going on here? He's the master. So if he's gonna be in Colorado working, how does he plan to supervise the work here?
You wouldn't be able to.
Well,
And furthermore, even besides all that, he doesn't have the necessary credentials to even take the exam.
I agree with that.
So my opinion on this is he's welcome to send in his application, but it's probably for naught because he doesn't meet the criteria at all to take the exam even. So,
We could send them a list of master electrician holders, license holders.
Christie could do that.
If he would
Yeah.
want to employ a master to pursue projects, right?
yeah, that's at the discretion of the code office if they want to do that.
Yep.
So I don't think there's any more reason to discuss this. If anyone has any more comments, I'll take them now.
I agree.
Okay, well, we'll move on. There's no more correspondence.
Do we have to make a motion for that at all?
No,
Okay.
doesn't need a motion. There's no more correspondence this month. I'll just run over the old business that we conducted last month. Kyle Haynes' application, Haney application was for a one-time master, was denied. A letter was sent to Mr. Haney letting him know that a license was not required to wire a mock-up model room and he could reapply at a later date. Second, Jason Loader sent a letter of intent to the board to request an employee to receive their apprentice license under an electrical company who was contracted with Gannon University. The board denied that request due to the apprentice not being able to obtain required hours under direct supervision of a master electrician. So that concludes the old business section of today's meeting. Okay, we're moving on to new business. There is one applicant to review this month. It is an electrical application. Christie could bring that up. The applicant's name is John Ludwig.
Christie, just for clarification, the license there is a city of Erie license that Gary Bruce he is a master with Erie.
Correct. If you're in a certain page, you want to see the application?
If you wanna just bring up the verifier so everyone can see. I have a print copy, I forget sometimes that. So that's good, and keep going. Affidavits signed and notarized. And then here's the verifier on all the realm of electrical. Everything seems in order there, it's all initial, all the way down. He has the three letters of recommendation, so that's in order. He has one from the IBEW. He provided his school records, his resume, his certificate of completion of an apprentice. His W-2s proving that, don't scroll those, please.
No, I'm not.
He provided his W-2s showing that he's been in the employ of Bruce and Mary Lee's in the correct amount of time needed to be eligible to take the exam.
I'll make a motion to,
Is this for the jury or the master?
This is for a jury.
Jury.
Yes.
That was confusing, because he has verified all the stuff for the master.
Yeah. He also teaches the apprenticeship program too, so.
Well, maybe he's a little more qualified than
I'm surprised they didn't do this a long time ago.
I'll make the motion to approve Mr. Ludwig to be able to test for the journeyman's license.
There's a motion on the floor by Mr. Dietrich,
I'll second it.
a second by Mr. Reeves. Any question on the motion? Any question on the motion? Being that there's none, oh, yes.
He owns a journeyman already with the IBEW. So, the last applicants were just given the same status because he is already a journeyman with the union. He doesn't have to take the exam.
Is it-
That's why it's confusing. So is he testing for a journeyman's license or a master?
For the journeyman. He wants to obtain a journeyman's license.
I can't remember if. What did we do?
Well, you can't.
What did he take the? Did he take the?
I thought we approved.
Well, weird because
I'll amend my motion.
Because he completed the apprenticeship already through.
all the way through.
Yes. and
Understood.
now
Okay.
He has journeyman.
That clarifies why my guys have to take the exam, as the
Right.
plumbers, because they're not all the way through the program.
He's
Maybe we'll
completed
change that.
Oh,
the 5-year
yeah.
apprenticeship, and then he's a journeyman.
5. Okay, so he has the certificate, that's
They're
right,
after 3 years,
5. But they take it,
the jury's in year 3.
right, I'll explain
Because of
why.
the city requirements of
Right.
the hours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what it is we teach the code class
Correct.
in the 4th year.
Okay.
So they're not completed when they're ready to take the exam.
But he's completed.
Yes,
Okay.
that's what the difference is.
Yeah, and how many of these ones have we improved? I don't recall.
One at
Like-
least.
Like 2, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, at least one.
Because they have completed the 5 years.
Correct. He's totally completed the program.
Gotcha.
So I'll amend my motion, instead of saying to allow Mr. Ludwig to test, I'll amend it to say to grant Mr. Ludwig a journeyman's license.
Okay, the motion is on the floor and amended.
I'll second that.
Okay, Mr. Reeves seconds that. Any question on the motion?
That's right.
Any question on the motion? Being that there's no questions, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes. Okay. I believe that is all we have to conduct this month, so if there's no other discussion, take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Dietrich. Is there a second?
Second.
Who said that? Oh, Mr. Sessler. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. The next meeting will be the first Tuesday of November. Thank you all.